What is up, folks? This is J.R.R, and welcome back to Tolkien Craft. Alright, so we're going to pick up right where we left off and get this pump going. So, oh wow, they're all green. Or, not all of them, but all three of them. Alright, so I really need to upgrade that. Despite them all being green, they're really close to being full. Yeah, say 61 or 63 and 1006. So, yeah, out of 1004 or 1024, so yeah, I need to fix that. Alright, so they were all red. I'm sure you guys have noticed. Okay, so we need to make our tesseract frame. To do that, we need Enderium, which to make that, we need Pyrotheum, which to do that, we need an induction smelter. Do you guys get the picture? Alright, so tesseracts are pretty, I won't say, no, I think I can say it because it is Enderium, so they're in-game thermal expansion. But we have all the materials that we need, so it's not that big of a deal. Alright, but we do need to make one of these. Alright, so just need a low-level one for now. We can upgrade them later. I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so we need a basic frame. And I should have everything I need for that now. Yeah, we've got plenty of iron now. So let's go ahead and just do a bunch of these. And now we don't have a ton of iron. Well, what? I guess we've got 300, well, whatever. Okay. So we didn't have much glass. So I actually need to solve that problem as well. But that's not a big deal. Glass is pretty easy to get, especially with this thing. Efficiency 5. And it does a 3x3, so it's pretty fast. Not that, you know, sand was all that hard to get in the first place, but you just need a place to get it. Alright, now, what do we need from here? We need to make these, so let's go back, and do we have everything we need? Reception coil, I think we made a bunch of those. Alright, so got one of these. Now, what do we need past that? Let's go ahead and look here. We need Enderium, which we need Pyrotheum for. Now, Pyrotheum should be pretty easy to get. I think I have all of that but the pulverized coal, which we just stick coal in a macerator for that, so that's not a big deal. And, guys, I'm just going to call it a macerator. That's just... You understand I'm going to... that we're talking about pulverizers here. Alright. So that's all smelting out. Okay, so we need another slot somewhere. Which this is part of the problem that I had with the setup, is it's just not very extensive. So for the moment, that's kind of weird, but it is kind of cool. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I saw it do it earlier, but that's kind of weird. Alright, so I'm just going to stick it there for now. Let's go ahead and zero that out. And it should start filling up with energy any second. That's not permanent, but that's where it's going to be for the moment. I actually could put it here. But the whole thing about the Ignis extruder, I mentioned that I was going to talk to you guys about it, is you put water on one side and lava in the other. Which we can go ahead and do that while that's processing the coal. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab 2 buckets. So one of water, and we'll have this one and put lava in it. Okay, so let's just run over here, grab some lava, and run back. And put that in there, and put that in there. Now, it's going to naturally just make some cobblestone. But if we feed it, if we pipe in lava and pipe in water, we can make some wonderful things like obsidian or normal stone. Now, as much as people complain about having too much cobble, with the ingots that we need to craft, the bedrockium ingots, I don't think I have nearly enough cobble. So, and cobble's good to build with too, so it, you know, I never say I have too much cobble because, well, I can always find a use for it. And even if that use is just, you know, bragging rights of I have 50 billion cobble, to me that's perfectly reasonable. So, alright, so that should be, and we are getting sulfur from that as a secondary too, so that's pretty cool. I mean, not that we don't have enough sulfur already. I've actually not been mining it because it's only used for a few things, and I've got a bunch of it. Sulfur is really easy to get down by the bedrock levels, so I mean, it is not a problem to get. Alright, so let's go ahead and make some pyrotheum, shall we? Alright, so per recipe of this, it makes 2 pyrotheums, so we don't really need that much, but I'll just go ahead and make 16. That's going to be plenty. I could have made a stack and probably not even worried about it, but 16 seems reasonable. Alright, so we're going to need some Enderium blend to make the ingots. So let's take a look at Enderium blend. For that we need shiny metal, and I'm hoping we have it because it's actually really hard to get. You get it from ferrous, so, and oh, there's actually shiny ore blocks. I don't think I've actually run into any of those. That's new. Alright, so we do have some of the pulverized version of it, so that's really good. But we're going to need some Enderium buckets, so actually those buckets I just put up, but I'll have to look up and see if there's a certain level that's good to find those, because I have not seen them at all. And they are probably pretty rare. I would not be surprised about that, because, you know, it's top tier, you know, stuff that's usually pretty hard to get under normal circumstances. So, you know, it being common doesn't seem very likely to me. Alright, so we need some tin and some silver. Alright, so 2 tin and 1 silver. Alright, so we should have that. Alright, we've got our silver. So what about our tin? And we've got our tin. Awesome. Alright, so we're going to need our buckets of... we can put in here. So just put it in there just like that, and it fills up with Enderium. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and... Enderium buckets don't stack. So go ahead and take that out. And this isn't going to make us much, but we can go ahead and get enough for what we need. And that's plenty for now. Okay. So we'll run over here and say hello to our induction smelter. Now the induction smelter works really well at combining different things. So there's several different recipes that need more than one item to be combined to make the ingot that it makes. Alright, so this will take just a minute. So we'll go ahead and look at what else we need here. Now we shouldn't need too much. We do need to fill the tesseract frame up with resonant ender. So we can probably stick some more ender pearls in there just to make sure we have enough. But let's see what else we're going to need. Okay, so we're just going to need some silver ingots and some bronze. Now we can make Tinker's alloy ingots, which we need the alloy blend, which is going to take, well, that's not what I'm looking for. So it's going to take 3 copper and 1 tin. Makes sense to me. Alright, so that's that. We got our 8 ingots, because we are going to have to make 2 of these to have 1 on each side. Because if you have 1, well, it's not going to go anywhere. Because what the tesseract does is it transports things long distance. So imagine it like a pipe that can link from this block to this block. So it's cutting out all of the middle distance. So that's pretty cool. Alright. Not what I meant to do. Alright, so we'll just toss our pyrotheum in there. We don't need it for now. We'll need it later, but not now. Alright. So let's go ahead and get 10. Alright, so I'll put you down there. And we needed, what, copper? 3 copper to 1 tin, I think it's right. Yep. Okay. And we'll just go ahead and make a few of these. 16 should be fine. Alright. So we'll toss you in here and throw this back in the system. Ta-da! Alright. And don't think we need the buckets anymore. Let's go ahead and grab some ender pearls just in case we need it. Factory block needs to go in a chest that's in the other room. I'm trying to keep all my decoration stuff separate until I get into these little modifications that are over here. That way it's easy to find whatever I have used for decoration or plan on using in the future. So, alrighty. And all that wood in there is in there to make carpenter's blocks. So, and it's also not taking up inventory space in this, which is nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look. So, the frame, we are also going to need hardened glass, which is going to take obsidian and lead. So we can go ahead and grab the lead out of here because that's nice and easy. And obsidian. Now this is going to take a little while. I'm going to go ahead and crush up that because I know we're going to need a lot of lead glass later on. Alright, oh, not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Alright, so while that's pulverizing, I will be back in a minute. Alrighty folks, so I went ahead and put this in here, just like so, and it takes quite a bit of the stuff to make, so yeah, it takes 8 per operation, but yeah, we've got what we need. Alright, and I've also got some more ender pearls, putting some fluid in here for us, because we're going to need enough to make 2 tesseracts. So, let's go ahead and toss that in there, and let's see, I think I should have everything we need. Now I do. Alright, so like I said, we need to make 2 of those. So, all we do is take these right over here, and just like the buckets, we can stick them in there, and they will slowly, ever so slowly, fill up. Alright, so actually, well, that's pretty slow. But I think we actually can speed up the process if we would like to. But I'm not going to worry about that right now because we don't really have to have these too quick at the moment. I mean, it would be nice. Let's be frank, you know. The faster these run, the less time you have to sit around waiting, but, you know, we're still pretty low tier here. It's not a big deal. I mean, yeah, we have, you know, a power storage that holds a couple trillion power, but, you know, we only have 39-ish, 34-ish million RF, so it's, you know, we don't have that much energy, so we gotta watch how much we burn. Alright, so pretty soon that's not gonna be a problem, but before we get there, let's go and toss those in there. We do need to finish doing this. Alright, so we've got that step done. We need to go ahead and finish off the tesseract. Alright, so should have everything we need there. Yep. And yep. Awesome. Tesseracts are amazing because I will show you right here. Alright, so let's just go ahead and set this to 163. Sounds good. Actually, since I'm by myself, I guess I can just set it to 1. We're going to call this Ari's lava. Okay, sounds good. Oops. Ari's lava. Okay, and save that frequency. So, no matter what, I can put it in another world, or I can put it right here, and we can go ahead and set this to that. So, it's basically a frequency that you can set up to where, no matter where you are, no matter what world you're in, you can always access the list of wonderful frequencies. So it's basically like the applied energistics tunneling technology, but it's a whole lot easier to make and a heck of a lot cheaper because let me tell you, it takes a lot of items to set up a transdimensional network with applied energistics. Alright, so I'm going to have that. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to do energy out of this. I could, if I wanted to be sneaky. Do I want to be sneaky? I think I might. You know what? Since these are going to be so close to... No, because I need to have it set up over here. Okay, so I won't I could be super sneaky, but I don't have enough pipes to pump it all the way over there. Alright, so this is actually not going to be my lava network. This is going to be my power network. Alright. So the cool thing about these is you can see over here in the config, you can set it to items, fluids, and energy. You can actually do all three through one network, but we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be doing just energy through this one. Alright, so fluids, energy. Alright, so this is going to be a send only because we have it coming off of our power storage up there. So anything that's attached to this channel will be either, well, we could send from somewhere else as well, but we're going to be setting this to receive. So, oh, why didn't it save? So, I guess I was just a dork. And that is a mix between derp and dork, so if you were wondering. Alright, so power. I'll just leave it at power. Alright, and we'll just set it to channel 1. So, okay. Now this one should say, yep, alright. So let's go ahead and take this and our pump here and our pipes and go to the end. Now I do need, that's technically I don't. Yeah, I'll take some just in case. Okay, so let's go ahead and take some energy pipes, and I'm actually going to need probably one of these, just knowing how these pipes generally work. Alright, because I needed one of these to pump power out of my storage, so I assume I'm probably going to need one to pump it out of the tesseract as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and go up here and head to the nether. Trying to think of anything else I might need. Let's go ahead and grab some blocks. I'm just gonna run out here and punch the barrel a few times, and I'll give you a couple stacks. That should be enough. Alright. And we'll head to the nether. I think it's this one. Yep. And there is our nether portal. Haven't been in here in a while. I wonder if that actually gave me my food. Yes, it did. Awesome. Alright. So let's go up here. And, I could make it to where all of this disappeared and just turn into stone. Do I want to do that? I kind of... Yes, Ghast, I see you. And I'm going to come murder you with my sword. Just, why? Just because. Yep, see, you're dead. Alright, you know what? Yeah, I think I will put it right here. I kind of hate to, but... You know what? No, I'm going to travel a little ways and then put it somewhere else. Just so we have the natural nether around where I have my base. So, I'm going to travel a little bit and then I'll be back with you guys. Alrighty guys, so I've just traveled a short distance away, and as you can see, or not see, it's not all that far, but it's this little inlet over here, so I shouldn't want to put it right by the portal. Oh, hello little darkling. You're dead. Alright, so let's go ahead and, oh, well, good thing we weren't standing on that, because otherwise, that wouldn't have been very good. So, believe it or not, I can still die. So we're just going to set it up. Right here is fine. I can move it around later. And I'll need to, eventually. Because it does have a maximum area that it will work in. Alright, so I just want to build a little shelter around this. So that I don't have to worry about gas fireballs or anything else. And honestly, I'm probably going to enclose it completely because I don't want to have to worry. Oh, you know what? Terrain destruction isn't on. So I don't have to worry about that too much, but at the same time, I still want to do it. Because peace of mind is worth a lot more than, you know, the few seconds and few cobblestone it's gonna take to build a little shelter. I guess old habits die hard would be the best thing to say there, but I don't know if that's really even habits so much as just, you know, having to worry about it, because while I know that gas fireballs won't hurt it, the moment of panic whenever you're sitting next to something expensive that could fall into lava at any second, that doesn't, you know, work with reason too well. It just, it is, you know, it doesn't, I'm not sure exactly how to say that, but power, and glad to know that that doesn't just start shooting out lava. Alright, I might need something to turn that on. I'm not sure about that. And I forgot my ender tank. Darn it. Alright, so I'm gonna have to go home, but to make that easier, and actually I can make that pretty much instant. Alright, so let's go ahead and use this, and I will set up a new location right here. Okay, so let's shift right click and add new. Okay, we're going to call this our lava pump. Okay, so commit. I'm going to lock that. Okay, so let's go ahead and just go back to our home base, because our lava tank is actually right in... Oh, it's the other one's downstairs. So I'll go ahead and use this one. Okay, let's... Oh, I thought you could shift right click that. Apparently not. Okay. So now we'll go ahead and cycle through these to our lava pump. And ta-da, we're back here. Okay, so that's filling up with lava. And I wonder why... Yeah, that seems pretty slow. Well, at least lava's showing in there. It may have just been an update thing. Alright, so that's going to pump into there. Now, I think I need to change this. Oops, that's what I wanted to do. Like that, to fill. I think that's right. Yeah, I think so. I'll be able to tell in just a moment. Alright, because, oops. Let's go back to home base. And I need to pick up my other one. Alright, so we'll just go down here real quick to the bottom of the shaft, and it should be just right down here. Hello. And you're going to break into bunches and give me lots more slime. Is that fortune 3? Or not fortune 3, looting 3. There we go. Same thing, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and break this guy and go, actually, like that. Yes, I'm probably wasting ender pearls. Oh, okay. There we go. Right, so, but I can waste them because I don't really... I have a bunch of them, let's put it that way, and I know how to get more, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so here, let's go ahead and set it... So we can set it right here. And, oh, we're probably going to need another extraction one, right? Yeah. So we need to make another emerald one. But we can put these over to like that. And, alright, let's go ahead and make... where'd my terminal go? Oh, there it is. And, alright, so... What is that stuff called? And it looks like my NEI disappeared again, and O doesn't want to bring it back. Okay, so I'll be back in just a second, guys. Alrighty, folks, so we've got what we need. We just need to make one emerald pipe, like that. And we should be able to just put it right over here, I hope. I think I'm probably going to have to throw a switch on it. Nope, all I have to do is switch that over. Okay, so... looks like we're pouring plenty out of here, and it doesn't look like it's draining any. So awesome. Now these aren't filling up quite as quickly as I would have expected, but it's filling up with plenty of lava, so I don't know, that's burning pretty darn quick. So we should be getting a good amount of energy. 320 a tick, and it's constantly... Okay. It's looking good. And you're not gonna... yeah, I'm sorry, lava generators, but you're not gonna be filling up your internal buffers anytime soon. So... And the cave sounds kind of make it sound like it's, like overloading or something. But yeah, we've gone way past the point where it would have run out should it have been just what was in there already. So we're looking pretty good so far. Alright, yeah, that's looking good. I'd like to upgrade and add more of these, but we're looking good so far. Now I want to see how quickly we're adding power to that, because that's the only generation we have going on right now. We're not using our other power generators at the moment. So 40.47, 81, that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, not as quick as I would like, but I mean, come on, that is pretty quick. So that's like, alright, so 320 times, how many do I have down there? 3, I think? I have 3, right? Yeah, so what, 960? Yeah. 960 a tick, that's decent. It's not bad. Alright, so I would like to go ahead and show you guys exactly what it looks on the other side. Alright, so lava pump. And over here, you can see it is marking out the chunk. So if we do, is it F9? Yeah. Alright, so we can see the chunk boundaries here. Oh, and they've actually got these pretty cool walls. Not sure why it's turning the rocks yellow like that. That's pretty weird. Alright, so there should be some more F9s, but they're not showing at the moment for some reason. Okay, well, not a big deal. Usually there's a couple different versions that you can cycle through, but that may be something new that it just has it like this. So it's going around, and it's going all the way to the bottom, and then of each column, and then it'll fill... Oh! Okay, well that was unexpected. Alright, so it's going, you know, per pillar all the way down. So since it's not going quite as quickly, since the lava buffers in each of the generators are full now, it's going a little slower than it was. So it'll fill out each column of the chunk, and then it'll move on to another chunk. And it'll do it in kind of like a diamond shape, like it'll do this chunk. I think it'll go by 3 chunks. It'll do 2 chunks in each direction, so it'll do the one it's working on now, it'll do this chunk, and it'll do this chunk, and then it'll go over here, like over here and here. I think that's how it's going to end up. It might be one more chunk over, and then do these as well that I'm flying through right now, but I'm not sure. But I'll move it around as I need to. It actually takes quite a while for it to burn through an entire chunk, so it's not necessarily needed anytime soon. But I can move it later on, and it's not too hard to move because it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So, and thankfully everything underneath this will be not lava when I go to move it, so you know, that's helpful because I don't want to drop my pump into lava because that would really suck. Alright, so we've reached pretty much the wrapping up point, but I would like to go ahead and do something to end this off. So I haven't done any quests in a while, and I believe last episode I said that I was going to do some questing. Alright, so what I would like to do is go ahead and go to the Age of Industry. Now, the reason I haven't done a lot of questing is because I'd have to make some of these things and just not do anything with them. And I don't like doing that. Oh, let me turn this off. Alright, yeah, I don't like making stuff and then just throwing it in the chest and forgetting about it until I finally need it sometime later. And unfortunately, that's kind of what I'm going to have to do to access the other tiers of the mods that I am working on now. But, and honestly, I'm probably never going to use this tank because there are other tanks that I like using that aren't this tank because they're just a lot better. I will be using the coke ovens, and I will be using sturdy casings, but just not yet. Alright, so let's do one other thing first because I'm sure you're curious. Wither Skelly spawner? That's not something that's normal. Alright, so I found this in the ceiling while I was exploring, and as you can see, I haven't, well, I can pick this stuff up and just drop it in a chest later because inventory is not really a problem. Well, I don't want that. Alright, but yeah. Hello, Wither Skellies. How are you doing today? Wonderful? That's good. Oh, I have a Wither Skelly head. Now I'm withered. Great. But I found this in the ceiling. Just, I was running along looking for stuff, and I looked up and I saw some bricks. I was like, what the heck? What are bricks doing up there? So, came up here and found this little place. I was like, whoa, that's awesome. Because wither skellies are otherwise kind of a pain in the butt to get. But I can just sit here and farm skulls all I want to. And yep, there already is one. Apparently and he's not the only one in the room is what I was supposed to say. Oh goodness. But yeah. This is awesome. And I know you're up there. You're trying to trick me. I think you can trick me. But anyway, yeah, that's what that's all about. So, with the Skelly spawner, really cool. Okay, so Underdark, we'll be tackling that later. It is, however, in my introduction video. If you want to go back and see that, a little bit of a teaser. Alright, so home base. Let's go. And home we are. Alright, so we can dump this stuff in here. Because we don't need this stuff right now. Oops, actually I didn't mean to do that. Alright, shovel. Don't want to put that in there because I will lose it. Alright, so put all this stuff in here. I actually have a few skulls. Yep, I've got 12. And we're going to need a ton more than that. And I mean a ton. Especially once we get into thermal expansion. But for now, let's look at not having that on our bar. And then we're going to look at some other stuff. Alright, so for some reason, yeah, that's really frustrating because it's gone again. It seems whenever this is bugged and it won't do that, it won't work. And O will not work when we're up here. But for some reason, well, it worked a minute ago. I'm going to see if it's going to work now. That I go down here and access this terminal and hit O and it's not working. Great. Alright. So that's a bit of a pain. Alright, so I will be very happy once NEI is fixed and working like that. That's part of the reason I imagine that a lot of the Feed the Beast packs are still in alpha, is because some of these mods just aren't quite stable yet. But that's just something we're going to have to deal with, or I'm going to have to deal with, and you guys are going to have to watch me fumbling around with it every once in a while, but yeah. Alright, so we are going to need a few things. Some sturdy casings, a coke oven, a tank, and esteemed innovation. That is the only one that I have not made of these, so we're going to have to find out what that's about. But, you know what? We've reached the point that I really need to wrap up, and, well, NEI is not working at the moment, so I'm going to have to relog and fiddle around with it a bit and try to get it back. So we're going to go ahead and wrap the episode up here. So we've got our lava gen set up, which is really cool because I needed a better source of power gen than using the coal that I had, because I had a bunch of coal and now I don't have very much at all. And we're going to need that coal for some more stuff later on. So, alright, so until next time, on which we will probably be completing quite a few quests, because I've got quite a bit of higher tech stuff in some of these mods. Yeah. So, until then, have a wonderful day.